What's happening, peeps? Hopefully I can be heard. I do have my air conditioning on just a smidge because it is hot. Hot. You northern folks, please send some of that cool air our way here to South Florida, just a smidge. We're supposed to get a little bit of cool air this Wednesday, and then the temperature is supposed to rise back up again. But just send us a little bit of taste of that cool air, if you would. I came here because I wanted to say thank you to all the brothers and sisters who just left an encouraging word in the comment section of my last video, or you sent me an email. I even got a phone call, and I appreciate that. You know, I was really questioning myself and really feeling down and things like that, and you know, just wondering if I'm doing enough, or if I'm being you know, a good disciple, if you please, if you would. I was reminded of you know, the story of the talents, and you know, I'm probably taking this out of context, but I'm just gleaning from it, I guess, in this case, in this circumstance, where the Lord of the vineyard in this parable, to the one he gave 5 talents to, and that servant produced 5 more. He said, you know, good and faithful servant. And he also said the same thing to the one who he gave 2 talents to, and who produced 2. So whether it was 5 talents or 2 talents, both servants got the same praise. Good and faithful servants. Only the one who did nothing, that he didn't get a good report. I'm just paraphrasing. And like I said, that's probably not what that parable meant. I'm just, you know, just gleaning from it, that's all. Yes. And then I also, a brother reminded me of, you know, the parable that Jesus said, where you know, there was my goodness, sorry guys, you know me, I always stumble over my words and things like that, and it still bothers me, so I'm working on that. But anyway, the story where, you know, I think it's the sheep and the goats. I think it's this parable where to the one group he said, you didn't feed me, you didn't clothe me, you didn't visit me, and all those things. And he said to the other group, you did feed me, you did clothe me, you did do this for me, you did that for me. And the one group was like, well, when did we do these things? And he was like, if you do these to the least of mine, then you've done it to me also. So it's just surprising to see how this one group of people, they thought they were really working for the Lord, and it turned out that they really weren't doing anything, or I guess they were being self-serving or whatever. And then there's the other group who felt like they didn't do enough, or they didn't do anything, and the Lord was like, you did all these things, you did all these wonderful things, and they didn't even realize it. I think what am I trying to say? Like if you do things looking for a reward or for a return, then your reward is basically going to stop just here on earth. But if you're working towards, and I'm trying to say this so that it doesn't seem like I'm giving like a works based sort of doctrine, or that if you do these works and stuff, then you'll get this and that and that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. I know what I want to say. I do not know how to articulate it. Oh my goodness. And this is what I hate. The one thing I dislike about myself, not being able to fully explain myself in a way that's understood to others. But in any event, I just thank you all for helping me to see that that I am enough, and what I'm doing, what I've been doing, is enough. You know what I mean? The Lord gave to me a measure, and I didn't realize it, but I think I'm doing okay with the measure that He gave, just based off of you guys' comments and things like that. So I thank you for praying for me. I started to feel better even that same day. So I appreciate all that you all have done for me, and all the prayers that you've been sending up for me. I appreciate it. Yeah. What else did I come on here? I came on here because something happened to me today that it affected me. It affected me in a way that other people around me noticed the change in me immediately. I came in that day, today at work in the morning. I was my normal jovial self, and then something happened that I guess really affected me emotionally, and I don't have a good poker face. So my coworkers were like, are you all right? Is everything okay? You seem down. You're not as jovial as you usually are. And I basically had a disagreement, or there was I don't even think you can call it a disagreement. Maybe it was a misunderstanding or whatever between myself and a friend and a brother. And the bad thing, one of the bad things about it is it was by text message. And text message, there's always going to be some sort of misunderstandings with text messages, and so I think that was part of the issue. I think the other part of the issue is what took place really happened with somebody who I call a friend. So I think that's why it affected me the most. Like if an enemy, you feel as if you've been wronged by an enemy, it doesn't affect you as much as if you feel you've been wronged by a friend. And I can't even say wronged. I don't know. What it did show me, though, and the lesson the lesson that I did gather from what transpired is that the love that you have for someone and the love that they have for you, whether it's a friend, family member, significant other, what have you, it's an imperfect love. It's an imperfect love. And because it's an imperfect love, the person may hurt you, and maybe not intentionally, but it could be something that was said or done that just affects you negatively, and so you feel it more when it comes from somebody who you love, who you care for. Like I said, friend, family member, significant other, what have you. What I want to say, I got a hard time expressing myself sometimes, guys. But I know it helps me. It helps me to release this. I've tried to keep it inside and keep it to myself, and I find that doing that, it doesn't help. It really affects your mental, your emotional, and your physical, and even it could affect you spiritually too. It can really take a toll on you if you keep it all bottled up inside of you. So I'm trying more and more to express myself. So the one thing with me is I don't like to feel as if what I'm saying is being dismissed or it's being disregarded. The feeling and emotion that I'm feeling at the moment, if I am being open enough to, and this is coming from somebody who is extremely guarded. Any other circumstance, normal circumstance, I'm extremely guarded, and so I keep everything to myself most of the time. But if I happen to let my guard down with you, because I trust you, then one, that means that you are somebody who's very important to me. Someone whose opinions or thoughts I value, right? So if I'm open up to you and you do or say something that I perceive as a dismissal or a disregard, I'm going to take that very personally. And I took it personally, and it showed today. And what made it worse for me was that I expressed to this individual how I was feeling and the emotion that I was feeling, and instead of being asked why instead of being asked why I'm feeling this particular way, and instead of, in my perception, the person seeking to understand why, I was told why I was feeling a particular way. And that really, I was so upset. It really upset me. And I think thinking about it now, I'm still kind of upset about it. Right. So instead of a person asking, well, why do you feel like this? They basically were like, well, the only reason why you feel this way is because of this or that. Which, like, totally, in my mind, totally disregards how I'm feeling, and you're not seeking to understand why I'm feeling this way. Which, I don't know. And then when I express that this is what you've said has, I'm upset about what you just said. I was given, I guess if you can call it an apology, I don't know. For me, an apology should never, and this is probably just me, I'm overly sensitive about this, but an apology to me should never begin with if. Like, if I made you feel this way, I'm sorry. Or if I did this to you, then I'm sorry. No, it's not an if. I'm telling you that you did or you said something that bothered me, that hurt me. There's no if about it. So, like, acknowledge that. Instead of saying if, maybe it's better to say for doing this to you, or for saying this to you, I apologize. That wasn't my intention. To me, like, put an if in front of it, sort of like you're trying to release yourself from the responsibility, and trying to release yourself from the fact that you've hurt someone. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that feels like that or thinks like that? I don't know. Just it really upsets me if someone calls themselves apologizing, but puts if in front of it. If I hurt you, if I bothered you, no, it's not if. I told you. I'm expressing to you that you did this, and because you did this, now I'm feeling like this. I'm opening up and I'm expressing to you this. So either you apologize and mean it and don't, or you just, I don't know. Maybe I'm overly emotional. I am an overly emotional person. I can admit that, and I can be pretty sensitive at times. I can admit that. Just, I don't know, when it's someone that you care for, you love, it hits differently. I don't know if you all understand where I'm coming from. What do you all think about that? You can comment about that. If someone they apologize with an if. Well, anyway, me and this person, I guess, taking a break for a minute, because I don't know, like I said, I also have to acknowledge my role too, because it was probably something that I said or did, and it that, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have to acknowledge my part too. So for upsetting this person, and I apologize too. I apologize. Like I said, I got to remember that my love and other people's love is an imperfect love. So it's going to not always look pretty. And the only perfect love that there is Jesus Christ, right? What's that scripture that says love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't keep a record of wrongs, and all those different things. Well, because my love is imperfect, my love isn't always patient, my love isn't always kind. Sometimes I'm going to keep a record. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive. It's difficult for me to forget. And I think that's true for most people. Everyone's love is imperfect, so not everyone is going to be patient with you. Not everyone is going to be kind with you all the time. It is what it is, I guess. So I think it's important for us not to hold someone to such a high standard, a human being, I should say, to a high standard, because we as humans, we are just fickle. We're fickle. Sometimes we may rock with each other, and other times we don't want to have anything to do with each other. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. This is another one of my rants. But yeah, I'm sure that this will, brush over eventually. I think for right now, a break is all right. A break is all right. And I think that's, I don't know, in my opinion, I think that can apply to mostly everyone. If you feel like you need a break from someone for a minute because of whatever, take the break that you need. I would say don't let bitterness fester in you to the degree where, every time anytime you think of this individual or these individuals, it just causes you sadness or bitterness within, or anger or resentment. because I don't think any relationship or bond or friendship or whatever is worth you losing sleep over. I don't know. There's that proverb that says, the wounds of a friend are, what does it say? The wounds of a friend are better than the kisses of an enemy. I mean, but the fact of the matter is, you're still getting wounded. You still get wounded. So though it may be better, you're still receiving an injury. So, but hopefully some sort of reconciliation can happen, and down the road things can get better between this person and I. Continue to pray, guys, and I'm also praying for anyone out there who, if you've recently had a fight or an argument or whatever with a family member or a friend, a significant other, or whatever, anyone that you care for, I pray that a reconciliation can happen, because at the end of the day, life is too short for people to stay angry and be upset with people. Like I said, for some people it's a lot easier than others. For me in particular, it's difficult for me to to quickly get over stuff. Especially if I feel I've been wronged in a way. It's harder for me. For some other people, it's a lot easier, but yeah. But whatever. This video is long enough. Take care, guys. Until next time, be blessed. Peace.